Hi guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with yet another Lucian complete guide. But this time it's for a good reason because I have found, or I shouldn't say I found, but I've recently decided to switch up my Lucian build, and I do believe that this build is way better. Now of course this is my first video in patch 2.5 after the issue of not being able to log in was resolved. I of course got in a couple of ranked matches today, including this one, and I've just recently reached Diamond 4. Not the highest rank of course, but you know, we are slowly moving up the ranks. So regardless, yes, we have a Lucian video today. Of course I am rocking the High Noon Lucian skin, in my opinion the nicest Lucian skin, making it back into lane to pick up the CS after giving a nice strong leash to Xin Zhao. So now, without further ado, you know, the laning phase, nothing too much to discuss. We're gonna go straight into the discussion of the build. So now, previously Lucian's build was Essence Reaver into Solari Charge Blade into Infinity Edge, and then the Seralda's Grudge, and as well as the Guardian Angel. So this build had already changed from the previous one, where you would build Seralda's Grudge before the Infinity Edge. But of course, we have later on found that the 3-item crit combo is always better than getting to get first before you go into the Armor Pen, just because when you hit your 100% crit with the help of your Charge Blade, it is a very major power spike. But regardless, today we have yet another build. So this time, instead of going for your first 3 items being, instead of going for Essence Reaver into the Charge Blade into the IE, now instead of that we go IE as our first item into the Charge Blade and then into Navari Quick Blades. Now there are a couple of reasons for this. Now we're first going to discuss the pros, then we'll discuss the cons. So now the first pro is that as a first item, IE itself gives you more damage than the Essence Reaver. So of course it increases your crit damage. It gives you 55 AD, which is more than the Essence Reaver. It gives your crit 230% damage instead of 200%. So as a 1-item combo, I guess you could say it is better. Now your 2-item combo with IE together with Charge Blade also does more damage than than with Essence Reaver with Charge Blade. So that is also better. And your 3-item combo with IE into Charge Blade into the Navari's Quick Blades overall gives you more DPS, because taking into account the cooldown of the Navari's Quick Blades, you will end up actually doing a little bit more DPS compared to the previous combo of Essence Reaver into Charge Blade into IE. So I will say that the DPS difference is not like a tremendous amount, but it is a notable amount. This is of course weaving in both your spells and artifacts like Q auto, W auto, E auto, Q auto, W auto, then you ult, and then you go back into the basic combo. But basically with this new build, you actually do increased DPS compared to your previous build, not by a country mile, but you know, by a decent amount, I would say. So now, those are the pros, but what are the cons? Now the main biggest con is that IE as an item is very expensive. It's 3,400 gold, which is a lot more expensive than the Essence Reaver, which I believe is 3050 if I remember correctly. Or is it 2950? But basically it is significantly more expensive than the Essence Reaver. And the main issue with being more expensive than the Essence Reaver is that normally, even without getting kills, if you farm up properly and maybe like get 1 assist, you can actually get your Essence Reaver very easily before the first dragon. However, when it comes to getting your IE before the first dragon, to actually pick up IE before first dragon, you actually do need to pick up like a double kill. So as you guys can see, the first dragon is spawned. At this point in time, I have the BF sword and the cloak, but I have not completed my IE. So the main drawback of this is, since it's more expensive, you don't actually get to complete it before first dragon, and as a result, you are weaker at the first dragon. So this could be a factor, because the first dragon is normally like where the first huge team fight comes in, and if you would do less damage in that fight, it could be bad for you and your team, because maybe your opponent gets a good fight because you have less damage and they snowball off that. But overall, for me personally, I don't think it's a huge concern, because overall your 3-item power spike is going to be better than previously. Of course, for your last 2 items, you still go for Seralda's Grudge as well as the Guardian Angel, so there's no difference there. It's just your first 3 items being different order and different items as well. So yeah, so because we got the huge shutdown on the Draven, we do manage to pick up the Infinity Edge as well as picking up our boots. Now the Draven in this game, he was 3-0 before we killed him, so he is a fat Draven. So this is a pretty interesting game. At this point in time, 5 minutes into the game, both teams have relatively even gold. Like my team has like 0.1k gold more than them, which is like 100 gold, which is a like negligible amount to be ahead of in a team perspective. Here, Nami actually misses the bubble, ult, and I ult as well. Here I flash behind the Thresh to get the ult onto the Draven, and we pick up a nice double kill in the bottom lane. Nice 2v2 kill. Evelyn, unfortunately, is in the area, comes in with a gank and, you know, kills Nami, so unfortunately it becomes a 2-for-1 overall. Xin Zhao shows up way too late to the party, which is a theme when it comes to this particular jungle player. But yes, with the build discussion completed, we can now get into the actual gameplay discussion. So here my team has picked up the first dragon, which is a Cloud Dragon, and the enemy team meanwhile has, or rather technically it's not the enemy team, it's the enemy Garen, has managed to solo down the Rift Herald himself, of course with our top laner Malphite rotating for the dragon fight, which is of course what he should be doing because he is a Malphite with a good team fight ultimate. So in the meantime, Garen managed to solo down the Rift Herald, so their team does manage to pick up the Rift Herald. Now another interesting point of discussion we can make here is the value of Rift Herald versus Dragon. Now, I will say that trading Rift Herald for Dragon is always going to be an okay trade. I'm planning to make a video sooner or later talking about like the discussion of Rift Herald versus Dragon. Not sure I'm going to title it yet, but it is a video in the works, although it's quite far from being completed because I am kind of writing a script for that one. So it will be here sooner or later, but you guys can look forward to that. But anyways, the second Rift Herald now, which is a new addition in patch 2.5, is actually very important. Now, this is a perfect video to show why it's important. Without spoiling how the rest of the gameplay, later on we'll see the power of the second Rift Herald, because now the Rift Herald's damage is now calculated by the level of the summoner. So the second Rift Herald will do more damage than the first Rift Herald, since when you pick up the second Rift Herald, you will be a higher level compared to when you pick up the first Rift Herald. Now here, we see that the Draven and the Thresh has rotated to mid, and we actually did know that was happening before they even showed up in mid. But me and Nami, we choose to pick up the bottom tier tower before starting our rotations, because this secures us the tower and we're a lot more free to rotate compared to them who have rotated before they actually pick up the tower. Regardless, we are in time here to actually do cleanup duty. So here I'm getting my whole out onto the Draven, and I actually managed to kill off the Draven. So Thresh was like 1 HP, and we actually wanted to kill the Thresh, but Draven body blocked the whole ult for him, and as a result, he dies instead, which is, of course, a way better result than killing Thresh. And we turned it into a kill onto Evelyn and Garen as well to overall pick up a triple kill. So we're really getting the snowball rolling for us. So here, we of course can pick up the Charge Blade with the large influx of gold we just got from that triple kill. As you guys can see, we're pretty far ahead on a personal level. Now I am even ahead of the Draven, and he has 4 kills. So you always know you're doing very well if you're ahead of a Draven who has kills, because he gets a lot of gold from his passive itself. Now the next dragon is gonna spawn, which is of course the Infernal Drake. Rift Herald is 30 seconds away from spawning, so we do have time to actually contest this dragon here. I actually spawned Evelyn on the blue buff, and I did ping to go onto her. Xin Zhao did just that, so really nice job by us. We actually get onto Evelyn. Thresh hooks me into tower, but I managed to finish him off, as well as finish off the cannon for yet another triple kill. But I am very low, so I'm gonna have to go the long way round and just to be safe in general. But my team manages to finish off the rest of the fight, no issue, so I don't really have to contribute anything more. Triple kill from me was good enough to win my team the fight. We get a clean ace, and of course as a result we get a free dragon. Now of course, it's only 9 minutes into the game, so Thresh and Evelyn has already respawned. Cannon is just respawned, and the rest of the team is about to respawn as well. But we have so much tempo on the map that we can actually pick up the dragon, and we can rotate straight over to the Rift Herald to pick up the second Rift Herald, which of course, as I mentioned just now, the second Rift Herald is actually a pretty important objective to play for. Now, I will say that I have had matches today where the second Rift Herald and the second dragon do spawn at the exact same time. That is of course if the teams trade the objectives, and I honestly don't think it's a bad idea to take second Rift Herald and sacrifice the second dragon. I honestly think it's it's fine. So, because the second Rift Herald does get you a lot if you use it properly, which we will see later on in this game. So here, of course, my whole team has got a bunch of kills, so the best play for us now is to all just reset, spend our gold. As you guys can see, we're almost getting towards the Navori's Quick Blades itself. We have the Clawfield's Warhammer and the Glove, and we have also picked up a Zanya's Hourglass for ourselves. Of course, to just in case, you know, in case we get assassinated by Evelyn or Kennen. Those are my two main concerns: getting caught in the Kennen Ultimate or getting assassinated by Evelyn, because the Thresh engage is pretty telegraphed. Garen has to run at your face, and Draven is not going to be running at me. He's normally going to be playing backline. So I'm more worried about the Evelyn as well as the Kennen, who can burst me down, which is why I picked up the Zanyas instead of like a Proto Belt or a QSS. So here, Thresh somehow manages to hook me into the tower again. Like, I wasn't even going on him, I was just in the area. Here I have to use my Zanyas to prevent his Ignite from killing me. So I do just that, and Nami gives me a nice heal. Here I managed to botch it by, instead of dashing over the wall, I managed to ult over the wall instead. You know, a misclick happens to all of us at one point or another, but that's pretty embarrassing. It might even be a costly mistake if a team fight is going to occur. Thankfully for me, doesn't look like a team fight is going to break out at the moment. So I can, of course, reset mainly for the health, because of course I was really chunked out. No jungle monsters for me to lifesteal off of after I take the red buff. So we'll just reset for health, upgrade our glove into a cloak, and we're back in action. We're 10-1 and 3, of course, really far ahead. At this point, when Lucian is ahead, he should be able to burst down anybody. Xin Zhao goes onto Kennen, who's trying to recall, but Kennen manages to back away. Here, we summon the second Rift Herald, and we're going on to the second tier tower in mid. So we pick up the second tier tower in mid without even the help of the Rift Herald. Now, because we have the Rift Herald, we can get a free inhibitor, because the charge will destroy the inhibitor. There we go. The charge destroys the inhibitor. And look at this. Look at the Rift Herald. Boom! It half health the base. So we actually win the fight. And because of our second Rift Herald, we actually managed to just end the game right here, because the Rift Herald did half of the base health, despite the base having the increased defenses when you destroy the inhibitor tower. So the Rift Herald, second Rift Herald, pretty much won us the game right here. So now here we have the new format for the end screen. Of course I have to click that to show you guys. But, you know, that's the power of the second Rift Herald. So, with that out of the way, you guys can check out the stats. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys, and goodbye.